Hello and welcome back to Jodi Lewis Creations. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, you know how much I love and appreciate your continued support. So we are in the throes of Christmas in July. So it is the hashtag Crafty Christmas in July 2023. That is hosted by Teri at Sweet Pea Papers and Lisa at Lisa's Paper, Lace, and Bling. So again, big thank you to those two. Please remember that if you go check out Lisa's Etsy and you do make a purchase, please let her know that you got to her store via me, Jodi Lewis, or Jodi Lewis Creations, whichever works for you. Just please make sure you leave a comment in your purchase that I sent you there. It's just something they're doing for the collaborators. It's just kind of a fun thing for us. And so I just wanted to try to make sure I said that. Also, make sure you check out the other channels that are participating. I do believe there are 15 of us that are participating, and it's going to be a lot to try to keep up with and watch, and a lot, especially for me, because I'm doing good to get one YouTube video watched in 2 days right now. Sometimes it even takes me 3. So anyway, on that note, so you've seen the video where I did the cover, and I think at some point, I don't know how this is going to fall in place, but I have the marbled, shaving cream marbled paper video that I did, and I just not sure. I haven't uploaded it yet, so that's why I'm questioning it. Today is actually July 1st, and I just had a few minutes here. I wanted to kind of tell you where my thoughts are with some papers and just kind of getting started. Then I have to leave in a little bit. We're going over to some acquaintances. Is that how you say that? Going over to the house of an acquaintance. Is that probably more appropriate? Anyway, I don't know. I don't really want to go, but Mark's kind of prying me out of the house. So anywho, okay, so I printed a few bits of the line dot arrow kit that she provided for the collaborators, and it's a really pretty kit. I'm having a hard time printing it. I think maybe it's designed as A4 because this was how the first page printed without me doing anything to it. And then I did another page. This one came out fine. That one didn't cut off. I don't know what happened. And I told it to fill the page, and then this one I told it to fill the page, and it cut off. And because there's so much yellow ink being used, it was just a double I give up. So I have these pieces that I do have printed. We'll use those. I went through, I did go through my backup drive, and I made some notes here. I've got some Artie Mae's printables that were some freebies that she has done over time. This has some red labels, and I was like, oh, okay. Most of these are like poison labels, apothecary labels, but there's a fragile do not drop, handle with care, and I thought, okay, well, maybe we could use that one. And then there's a little label here that I think we can use. It doesn't say arsenic or poison on it. So I don't know if we'll use any of these or not, but we'll have them. Anyway, so just a few things there, and then I know I have my bin of things that I have already, let me paperclip these, that I have from previous seasons and stuff, and my ephemera bins, and so I just really want to use those. As we've talked about before, like when I was trying to deal with the scraps and sorting and all that stuff. So, okay, so having said that, what I have here is I have some really cool book page images. I think that book is called like Spirit of Christmas or something like that. It's very nostalgic. I absolutely love it. And because of the size of this journal, I think I can make these work. I may have to trim a little bit off the edge or fold it and maybe do a tip out and then just back it. Because like this is a cross stitch pattern here. But this one, I don't think I would cover that because I think it's a really cute, still cross stitch, but definitely you can tell what it is. And then a couple of other images here. So these are some things that I definitely want to put as, interactive pieces in the journal. So I have some digitals here. My phone is plugged in. I do apologize. I think I've hit that cord twice now. I have some copy paper that I have Rit dyed. I did this, has it been 2 years? It must have been 2 years ago or a year and a half ago because I wasn't here this winter to dye for Christmas. So anyway, so I've got this really pretty green and this really pretty red, and those colors are going to work well with what we have going on. So we'll be using those in some pieces here. And then my scrapbook paper that I decided to pull out of my stash is all these really rustic traditional colors. So I love them. There's a little bit of glitter on a couple of the pages, and I don't mind that because if you've been watching me at all, you know how I love glacier paste, and that's probably going to come into play. Maybe not so much with these papers, but we'll see where this leads me, you know? I don't know yet. But since these are 12 by 12s, we need 7.5 by 11. So that's going to allow me to cut some strips off these or fold them in ways that it's going to better utilize the full sheets or most of the sheets. So hopefully we won't have as much scrap that we're creating. And as we create, maybe we'll be able to do something with the scraps. So a 6 by 6 is 12 by 12 folded in half is only going to give me 6 inches, and we need 7.5 inches. So if you've ever watched any of my little golden book videos, you know that I connect the papers to make a big enough piece of paper to, you know, hinge it, and that way I've got, you know, it'll be fine. Like I'll do it, you know, fold it and then hinge it, or maybe I'll glue the other one inside here and have a pocket or something. It'll make sense as we start to do it. But I was just kind of brainstorming with you and kind of sharing my thoughts with you. Like, I love these dates on here. These are going to be so much fun. I love them. So that's that for now. I'm going to kind of piddle around here for a minute. I cannot get too involved. Like I said, we have to leave. But it kind of gives me a starting point and lets you know kind of what my thoughts are, because I have been all over the place with starting this project. I knew I wanted to do more traditional colors because I wanted to use this paper up. I do have some bit of brighter greens in here, but I think it's going to be okay. It all matches. I mean, it's still traditional, and I think like that's going to be so pretty with that paper, in my personal opinion. And I guess that's what matters since I'm the one who's creating it. But I do genuinely hope that you will enjoy the journey and share what you're working on. So on that note, I will be back. I will formulate I'm going to do 4 signatures because I have 4 of these pieces of paper. So I want to do 4 signatures, and these are going to be the outside of the signatures. I just think that's really cool and is going to really flow well with the journal itself. So that is my plan right now. Of course, if you've been watching me anytime at all, you know that my plans change in the middle of a thought sometimes. So if you're new to my channel, just know that sometimes I change directions. Generally, I just let the project tell me where to go and where it wants me to take it. For example, using this paper. So it wasn't what I was going to do as my cover, but I love it and I'm super happy with it. So anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy the journey, and please make sure that as we go through, you do leave comments, like any of that stuff. It really helps my channel. I am still trying to grow, so I just appreciate support and positive feedback. Okay, this is Monday, so it's been 2 days since I started this video. Yesterday I spent a lot of time in here, but I didn't film because I was just kind of messing around with putting papers together and stuff, you know, because it takes me a little time to decide what I'm doing, and because of the size of this journal, it's not like I'm just folding an 8.5 by 11 in half and, you know, that's my page. So hopefully this is in frame. I did back my camera out just a little bit because I realized in the video where I was talking about this, you could only see the top, you couldn't actually see the bottom. I mean, it's the same either way, but I want to make sure that, you know, I am remembering to zoom in and out. So anyway, if I forget, please be kind. Okay, so what I did was I just was kind of going through my papers and seeing what I have. So I had this piece, and I love these little trees. It was folded in half. I was going to use it as a page in here, but I have a different plan for that. So I have a sticky note with the idea that I had. And then just going through, I thought, you know, I don't use my Edith Holden pages, and why not? Because the colors look fantastic with this, in my opinion. And then this is just some regular copy paper that I had fabric dyed, used fabric dye to dye? Yeah, whatever. Which I know I talked about that already in the first segment, but it's 2 days later, so if I repeat myself, I do apologize. Okay, some coffee dyed music paper, some just scrapbook paper here, and again, because of the nature, the size of this journal, I had said, you know, if you'd watched my little golden book videos, you know that I'll hinge paper together to make it wide enough, and so that's what I did here, is I just scored and glued it together to make it wide enough. So I think they're 8 inches wide, and then I scored at 7.5 to have a 1/2 inch overlap. So, and then I glue the flaps, and then one's like on the inside, one's on the outside, as you can see here. But that's something you can do even with your book pages and stuff, which I've done in here. So here's one of the line dot arrow pages that I love. I just obviously have a lot of white space, but we'll deal with the white space as we work on this journal. This is like a book plate that was just green out of a book that I had. So you could see here, I'm not glued, but it is hinged for the book page image. Like, I love this image. It's so pretty. Anyway, the other side of the line dot arrow and scrapbook paper, copy dyed. And then I've got a sheet of the marble paper here, hinged on some of the Rit dyed paper. And I have paint on the back side of this. We'll address that as we work on the pages to embellish. So that's kind of what I did yesterday. And it took me a really long time because I was having to find the pages, decide what I wanted to do, score them, paperclip them all. I cut some I left flaps on, so it gives us some variations to work with. I didn't glue all the hinged pages because, you know, I may change my mind at some point. So that's that for now, and I'll just quickly flip through this. There's these pages. I love the edge on this. I took it out. There are 3 curated Christmas packets that I have a video on that are available. So if you're interested in those packets, let me know. I don't have them listed in the Etsy, and probably that's what I should just do to be easier. But I do have 3 of them available. So if you're interested, please let me know. Another Edith Holden page here with the Rit dyed paper, copy dyed. Another note for ideas on those. So that's just kind of what I do. It's a kind of a brainstorming thing I was doing yesterday as I was working on this, and just have my pages in here, kind of how I thought they flowed. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. In the next video, we're gonna actually start working on the pages, embellishing the pages. I want to dig out my burlap and put some trim on some of these pages, and then we will start actually adding some pockets and tags and stuff like that. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you're enjoying this process so far. And then, you know, if you have any questions about hinging the pages or how you can do that, don't hesitate to ask. And some of these here, a couple of these were actually, if I find the paper clips, it'd probably be easier that way. Like this one is not, you know, it was torn because I don't know, it was like the next month into the book, whatever. So this will actually be a tip out this way. So I have 2 that were the full pages, and then 2 that'll be tip outs. So if you have questions on any of that, please let me know. You know, don't hesitate to ask any questions. I'm here to help if I can. And yeah, we can help each other grow. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.